As the sun begins to set over Sammamish, Washington, it's time for a Kingco soccer matchup. The Eastlake Wolves versus the Issaquah Eagles. I'm Ed Thatcher here alongside Seth Zanner. This is set up to be a really good game tonight.
The Eastlake Wolves have got two of their key players back. Both of the El Matwali brothers are back from vacation, and both of them are definitely gonna make a big impact on tonight's game. Kavi Bod is unfortunately still gone, but we're hoping he'll return on Thursday, I think.
I believe Thursday,
Okay.
yeah. Otherwise, he should be back next week. Last week they were saying this week. You never know. Game ready to start as JV won their game 3-2. Referees setting things up, taking balls to each net, and one in the center of the Wolf Head at center field. Clock set to 40 minutes. Score is yet to be reset on the in-stadium clock.
And also, some key players tonight for Eastlake are going to be, as always, Pablo Basave in goal. In that game against Bothell, he made 8 or 9 saves and kept them in it until the very end. We'll also look to see Bruno Perversi in midfield, as every time he gets the ball, it seems like he does something good with it, and he's a very exciting player to watch.
And you also have to keep in mind that strong defender got promoted to captain just this week, Adam Thorpe. He's been so strong in that back end. Very physical, very good at winning challenges. Eastlake is looking very strong. Definitely
A deserved captaincy there. Adam Thorpe, I don't think I've seen him put a foot wrong in all of the games I've watched him play.
Now it looks like Issaquah to take the opening kickoff.
For Eastlake's starting lineup tonight, we've got Pablo Basave in goal, Shingi, Sebastian Freeman, Adam Thorpe, and Lucas Halder in the back. We've got Ethan Yee and Drew Vavadanam as defensive midfielders, Bruno Perversi, EPM, and Randy Zia as attacking mids, and then Landon Levingood up top.
Now the ball back to the Issaquah keeper. That's number 1, Oliver Niben. He'll send it over to his right wing man. Oh, a bit of a botched pass there. Tips off the foot of Levingood, but then rolls out of bounds for an Issaquah goal kick.
That would have been a very unfortunate start to the game for Issaquah if they conceded less than a minute into this game.
Now Issaquah had a bit of an offensive push there. Ball rolling out of bounds for a throw-in that'll be taken by number 2, Eddie Rudolph, a sophomore. He runs all the way back to that sand pit in the back. Set up for long jump, track and field. As he gets ready for that first throw into the game.
Looks like he's going to take a long one here, and he's going to throw that into the box. Well cleared by Adam Thorpe, and Perversi hacks that up into the air. Levingood controls nicely, and Eastlake maintain possession. Now they're just going to look to play it out of the back here with Sebastian Freeman.
He'll pass it over to Shingi Marangwanda. Tries to get it to Yee, I think. It's deflected. Then a good touch by both Shingi and Ethan Yee, able to get it back across midfield and into more of a offensive position for the Wolves. Ball sent up in the air, header by Yee. Then 14 with it, up in the air, looking for 22. Now a mismanagement by 3 as he knocks over Bruno Perversi. Gabriel Shekrigan. Foul called on him as Drew Vavadanam to take the very first free kick of the game. Eastlake looking to get a set piece going.
And let's see if Vavadanam I don't think he'll be shooting from here, but let's see if he can recreate one of Declan Rice's free kicks from that earlier Arsenal-Real Madrid game. As he lofts it in, lots of Eastlake heads in there and just wide by EPM, I think it was. Good chance for Eastlake early on.
Very good chance, and that really shows Drew Avodenum is very much locked in there. That was a very good free kick that he just took there. Spent a lot of time up in the air, and it was right there for EPM to take.
Yeah, no Issaquah defenders seemed to be able to get anywhere close to that, and that was a free header. Unfortunate that EPM put it wide. And the Issaquah keeper here looking to go long.
We'll send it really long and really fast. It's touched by 21. Zia boxed out. There's now a touch by Levingood to intercept a pass. Controlling, gets tripped up a little bit. Ball rolls out of bounds, and it'll be called as an Eastlake throw-in. Halder makes quick work of it, goes to Zia. Touches it a couple times, then it falls to number 2. And then it's sent back over towards the keeper. 14, Brendan Rife with it now. Sends it over to 9. Shingy covering, then 22 with the ball. Sebi attempting to keep it in bounds as the ball gets sent up into the stands. Unintentional time wasting there by Sebi Freeman. As now number 9, Isaac Jun, to take the throw-in. Tapped back to him. Up in the air, Thorpe with a good touch. Great defense there by Perversi. Issaquah still controls it. Over to 4. Up in the air. Basave able to run up and corral it.
He'll just take his time here, letting Eastlake get set up before playing it out. This game started pretty slow, unlike that Bothell game. That was just action all the way through as Basave hits it up to Levingood, who passes it back to Ethan Yee. And EPM does well to control it there. And it falls into Issaquah player. But no, Perversi gets it back, tries to get through the Issaquah players, but can't. And that's number 9 going up the field. He lays it off. Good switch there from Issaquah. 4 tries to head it on. It's on to 22. And that's a foul there on the goalie. Basave went out for it. I don't know if he should have went out for that in the first place. There's a little bit of a free ball, but still gets clattered. And then good free kick there, won by Eastlake.
I think he was looking to try and scare off the attempt. I think he was trying to basically send a message like, hey, if you go after this ball, we're going to run into each other, and it's going to be a free kick for me.
Absolutely. Heads up play, whatever he intended to do there by Basave.
The free kick falls due to a mismanaged touch there. Issaquah has it with 14. Rife. He'll send it up towards 3. Mismanaged touch. Shingy. Then it's headed by Rife again. And now Levingood with an opportunity. Never mind. 6. Rudolph with it. Now Jun for the Eagles. Great tackle there by Shingy. Goes over to Drew, who lays it to Perversi. Shingy tries to make something happen. And a foul is called on Issaquah's behalf.
Soft foul there. Shingy just went for the ball. I don't even know if he really touched the player there, but it'll be an Issaquah foul. Good ball there by Perversi looking for Shingy. That had potential, but number 9 was alert to it and cleared it away and drew the foul in the process.
Long ball here. Avodenum with a bicycle kick over to Levingood. In trouble, he'll dump it back to Avodenum. Over to Perversi. He gets tackled. A good touch there by Landon Levingood. Sends it up to Perversi. 1-on-1 against the defender here. He'll dump it back to EPM. Marrero making moves, still going! Shoots, and a great deflection by the keeper. That was great reaction, but a whistle called. Handball called on the Wolves.
Yeah, that was great work by both Bruno Perversi to see that ball to EPM, and then EPM just ran his way through the defense. No one could even get close to him, and smart reaction there by the keeper. But Issaquah's defense looking a bit nervy early on. I mean, EPM just ran straight through them, and no one really attempted to play the ball even.
Levingood putting pressure on the defensive players as it looks like the rain starts coming down here. Wet ball. 22 loses it. As now Freeman tries to corral it, sends over to 3, now 2. He'll try and send it long to 21. Now 3 with it, maybe trying to cross. He does so, looking for 22. Ball will roll. Is now Basave able to pick it up. Rain definitely coming down now.
Yeah, it's just been really inconsistent weather today. Didn't really know going into this game if we'd have clear skies or an absolute downpour, and it's definitely looking like the latter right now.
Is now EPM running down the sideline, makes a man miss. And now we'll cross it over for Randy Zia. Great move there as Halder with an opportunity to try and cross it. Ethan Yee taps it out of bounds.
Cross. Ethan Yee with the deflection out of bounds. Goal kick, Issaquah.
Issaquah to get the goal kick. Yeah, the weather today has been very inconsistent. It started out sort of light drizzle in the morning, then it cleared up, it was kind of cloudy. Then sort of towards like 3 p.m. or something like that, it started hailing really hard. And then it was sunny when I left my house for here. Now it's back to dumping rain, and I see a rainbow in the sky right now.
Can you see the number?
As subbing on, it looks like a right wing, that's 18 for Issaquah. PK Kumar subbing off Brandon Reif.
Kumar.
Is now Thorpe sends it over to Perversi. He'll dump it to Halder. Lucas Halder, Ethan Yee. Under pressure from 21. Now Randy Zia under pressure from 2. He'll try and cross it. It goes out of bounds for an Eastlake corner.
Eastlake has definitely been controlling the midfield so far this game, which is where the battles are won in a soccer game. Issaquah has just had almost no possession. Every time they've had, Eastlake's won the ball back in the midfield or on defense, and it's just allowed them to take quick control of this game as they have yet another set piece with Drew Vivadinam looking to deliver this corner.
Eastlake sprints forward before Drew takes it. A tip up and the goalie corrals it. Very fortunate play there for the Eagles. And good reactions there from the keeper, Oliver Nyben. As 9 with it, challenged by EPM, who 9 sends it towards that back line. Then a clearance made by 18. Mismanaged touch there. Issaquah able to corral it with 22. Now looking for 3. Randy Zia touches it over to Drew Vivadinam. Now Perversi looking for EPM. Slide tackle by 22 and cleared. Over to Shingi Marangwanda. Sends it for Drew. No, Perversi. Bruno Perversi tries to get it to EPM. Still going through player after player as Shingi sends it to EPM. Gets past one man. Does not get past a second and third simultaneously. As now Issaquah has the numbers here, but a mismanaged pass goes over to Freeman. We'll see what the call is.
Oh, come on.
They're calling it Issaquah. Throws for 4 and great defense there by Adam Thorpe. Ball goes out of bounds for an Eastlake throw-in.
Well deserved there for Eastlake to get it back on a throw, because that first one, Sebi Freeman just chipped it off of his defender and out of bounds, and guess they called it an Issaquah throw there.
As now Shingi slowing things down. It's a very wet ball, so slippage could be a factor. Doesn't look like it happens here, though. Sends it to Levingood, headed by 9 over to 11. Missed tackle by Shingi. As now 11 with a crossing opportunity. Great tackle there by Ethan Yee. Very physical. As now Bruno Perversi sends it up to no one really.
I think that in dry conditions that would have been a great ball, but the ball just goes so fast and far, and it's just really hard to time your balls and the strength of them on this turf field.
He's now 4 with it, dribbling backwards. Challenged by Zia. Randy Zia. Now Bruno Perversi. Now Ethan Yee. He stumbles, still moving. Ball gets sent 9. Great tackle by Shingi Marangwanda. Ball called out, and that looks like it's going to be an Eastlake throw-in.
I doubt Shingi will try one of those flip throw-ins tonight with how wet the ball in the field is.
He'll dump it quickly to Sebi Freeman, who'll clear it long. He's looking for Levengood. Headed by 6 over to 12. Can't really see the number. It's 21 fighting with Halder. Now Zia, able to corral it off of 2. Sends it over to Perversi. Never mind, it's their 12. A fight for the ball, and Perversi comes out on top. Perversi makes moves, tries to get past 2, and then 12 corrals it, sends it to 2. So now he gets ahead of steam, clears it over towards 22. Challenged by Marangwanda. Then over to 6, looking long for 4, headed by Halder. Up for 21, and Adam Thorpe just clears it out of there. EPM with a touch. It's a 3-on-1. I think that ball was hit by a player. Man falls down is now Randy Zia building ahead of steam. It's 2-on-1. Ball up in the air. 12 with a great tackle there.
Yeah, I think Zia's got to slow it down there and just try and look for an open man, because it's just so hard to beat 2 guys in a 2-on-1. But
especially when the ball is as wet as it is.
Yeah.
Cross attempt there from Zia gets deflected. 11 mismanaged, sent over to Thorpe. Halder under pressure, tries to get it to EPM, but it's intercepted by 6. Now 3 over to 18, sends it to 22. Shingi challenging. Now Druve. Now 4 with an opportunity, 1-on-1 with Freeman, and great defensive plays there, allowing 4 to slow down. A cross attempt, and Ethan Yee just sends it out of bounds for a throw-in.
Good defense there by both Shingi and Sebi Freeman combined. They just, both of them together just made it where, who is that, number 4 on the outside, just couldn't get a good ball, and Ethan Yee was easily able to clear it away.
In the 16th minute, a lot of action on Eastlake's side, but not a whole lot for Issaquah. Score is still 0-0, very high. Has 2 with it, challenged by Shingi. Tries to send it for 22, ball will go out of bounds for an Eastlake goal kick.
Basave looking to play quickly here. And no one's really open, so he'll just take his time.
Telling people to go deep. He's got a cannon on him. That's what it'll do. He'll go deep towards midfield. Perversi gets pushed. No call made. Ball gets sent out of bounds. Eastlake throw in. Shingi to take it.
I've got to say, number 4 for Issaquah is really tall. It'll be interesting to see, like, if Issaquah gets any set pieces tonight, he'll definitely be their target man in the box.
EPM fights through a man to gain possession. Still with it, never mind, he got tackled by 22. Now the numbers game being played. 4, slide tackle by Adam Thorpe. And it looks like they're calling it as a foul, and a yellow card issued to Adam Thorpe as 4 is still on the ground. Well, it was advertised.
Number 15, Adam Thorpe.
Advertised Brexit tackles all night.
Now on
And
free
there's
number
one.
16, Harjas Sethi.
Harjas Sethi comes on for the carded Adam Thorpe.
Yeah, unfortunately, Thorpe got beat there, and I think he was going to go for that tackle, whether he got ball or player there. He just couldn't let his man behind him, and did a good job of that.
In most places, it's better to foul than to let up a free goal. As the Issaquah player gets tended to, we will step aside for a few seconds. Issaquah's head coach has also received a yellow card.
Guessing while he was out tending to his player, he was having a couple of choice words with the referee there, and that resulted in the yellow card. And the rain is just really coming down here all across the field. It's going to be a pretty wet night out there for all of our players.
We have to substitute out the coach for 2 minutes now?
He wanted a red on that foul.
I believe the coach wanted a red card on that.
I think he was saying that Adam Thorpe was the last man there, even though he had backup in the area, and it wasn't a clear shot on goal after number 4 got past Thorpe, so nothing doing from the ref. Good call there for the yellow card.
There's now 21 Enzo Kolesnikov to take the free kick. 2-man wall for the Wolves. Trying to get a set piece. Ball up in the air and an easy catch there for Basave. He's trying to play this really quickly and then sees that no one's really open. He'll stop and send it over to Freeman. Sebastian Freeman dumps it off to Halder. He'll send it long. It's intercepted by 2. Now it's 3, back to 2. Perversi. Now it's 6. Long bomb for 9, intercepted by Shingi. Now for R9, EPM. Making a couple moves. Tries to pass it to Zia, and it's just a little bit too far back as ball gets sent long.
Great touch there by 22 as 11 switches field of play over to 20. And Issaquah just holding up the attack a little bit here as it's back to 20. Played into the middle, well controlled by 11. And a good block there by Ethan Yee as it falls to Shingi. Plays it up to EPM, great little leave there. Perversi challenges, and Issaquah has the ball again with 20. And now Harja Sethi playing it back to Basave, who kind of slices it there.
20 with an opportunity here, and he'll just send it out of bounds for an Eastlake goal kick.
Jaden Tang and Hamza El Matwali coming onto the field for Lucas Halder and Randy Zia, respectively. So this is going to be a very dangerous attack now, having Perversi, EPM, and Hamza El Matwali all out there, all very good ball handlers and very quick on the ball too.
Very long bomb there from Basave. 12 sends it backwards. As now 7 with it, over to 6. Challenged by Perversi. Drops it back to 18. And now ball sent long there and out of bounds. Throw in to be taken by Jaden Tang, the senior. As we enter the 23rd minute of the game. Still 0-0. A lot more action on the Eastlake half of the field as of late. But now ball back on the Issaquah side of the 50. Eastlake controls it. Drew Vavadanum. Gets it to EPM, intercepted. As ball is called out of bounds. I think Shingy wanted a foul called for a shirt pull. As 9 slows things down for Issaquah. Dumps it to 20. EPM challenging. Great tackle there, but it's corralled. 9 with it now. And a great sliding clearance by Shingy. Levengood gets it to Perversi, and then a bit of a slow pass for Jaden Tang, but then a great deflection there. It's now 6. Now over to Hamza El Matwali. EPM tries to get it to Drew, who just kind of misses it. 9 with it now, across midfield, sends it over for 12, it looks like. No, that's 2. He'll drop it to 12.
Eastlake's passing needs to be a little bit sharper here. Even though the field's wet, they've been playing a couple of sloppy balls over these last couple of minutes, and it's just needless giveaways in possession when they really should be doing something with it.
Ball went out of bounds. That's an Eastlake throw-in. Shingy taking things slow. Then he'll throw it high and long, headed by EPM, up towards the defenders. 12 will just send that over towards Oliver Nyben. Levengood was pressuring. He'll send it to 18. Kumar will clear it long for 22. Good header there by Shingy. Now EPM with it, gets tackled. 18 plays it to 3. Now to 12. Levengood pressuring. Now over to 2. Hamza pressuring. Sent back to the keeper. 1 touch, passes it to 18. Takes a few touches before clearing it deep past Eastlake's defensive line. As Basave able to corral it. Good box out there by Harjas Sethi. Mismanaged pass there by EPM. Recovered by Issaquah. 20 with an opportunity here, looking to cross. 11 unable to control that, and a dangerous situation. Kind of relieved as now 2 looking to cross. 1-on-1 with Tang. High crossover there. Intercepted by EPM. I think he tried to get it to Levengood, but just played it a little bit too long. 6 now with it. Sends it to 9. Challenged by EPM. He's moving upfield. Good sliding tackle there by Shingy Marangwanda. All ball, no call.
Shingy's had a couple of really smart tackles out there tonight. Even though he's also gotten beat a couple times, I'm pretty sure all of his tackles have just been really strong. He's won the ball and then stopped Issaquah from getting forward.
Ball played to 22, takes 1 touch. Gets past Shingy, is now Harjas Sethi. Never mind, that was passed directly to Avadanam. EPM sends it up in the air, and it's intercepted by 6. Now 12 with it. Sends it mismanaged by 21. Looks like ball will roll out of bounds for an Eastlake throw-in to be taken by Jaden Tang. Looks like Alex Wang warming up on the sideline. Header by Hamza, then by Ethan Yee, goes out of bounds. Issaquah throw-in. Taken by 2, Eddie Rudolph. He'll send it long towards 22. Challenge, great tackle there by Freeman. He'll send it long for Levengood. It just goes past him. As 18 with it, he'll send it back towards the keeper.
Eastlake losing a bit of control that they had earlier on in the game. Now it's Issaquah with the majority of the possession. Again, those sloppy passes. Eastlake just not really being able to retain good possession of the ball as Issaquah looking to break again. And that'll be a foul from Shingi as he went a little bit too hard there on 11 as he was breaking forward. And number 11 in a little bit of discomfort there on that sideline.
He looked to be limping a little bit. We'll see if he needs to be subbed off. He gave the thumbs up to his coach. So it looks like he'll stay on the field. 18 PK Kumar to take the free kick. So 11's Jason Higgins discussing it a little bit with the head referee. Then jogs back out to take this set piece. Kumar plays it up. Header kind of missed and the ball goes well out. But it's corralled by 2. Drops it back to 12. Pressure from Yi. Now it's back to 2. It's now 18 over to 20. Dumps it to 3. 2-on-1 here. Avadanam and Perversi. Ball goes out of bounds. Eastlake throw in. As subs come on, EPM comes off. Alex Wang comes on. Randy Zia comes on. And Levingood comes off. Shingi to throw it in. He's looking long for Wang off the bat. He'll touch it a couple times, kind of mismanaged.
And it looks like just like for like substitutions. There are no change in formation there from Eastlake.
9 looking to take things slow. Good header there by Alex Wang. Another Issy throw in.
Help me with the number coming up.
11 comes off. Jason Higgins, and it looks like an 8, I see.
Yep.
Yes, that is number 8, Jacob Tam for the Eagles. Ball sent over to 12. Now pressure by both Hamza and Randy Zia. Ball now over at 2. Challenged by Yi. Sent long, 22. He'll send it over towards 21. Now it's all the way back to 12. Zia pressuring. Now 2. 21. Back to 12. He'll send it up in the air. Header by Freeman, out of bounds. Get that defense reset.
Even though Issaquah has been keeping a lot of the possession recently, Eastlake's their midfield and their attack has done a really good job of just holding a solid line and not really allowing Issaquah to do anything with the possession they have. They've only had 1 shot this entire game, and that was off of that free kick that fell right to Basave. And there it was a push off from number 20 on the wing and a free kick Eastlake as Basave looks to go long. And he'll go short to Dhruv under pressure immediately. Plays it off to Shingi. Chipped upfield to Alex Wang. And that's a little bit of a poor ball, and Pablo collects.
He'll send it long, looking for Zia. He'll manage it, but then it's taken by Issaquah. 20, and a great deflection there by Dhruv Avadanam to slow things down, get the defense reset as number 9, Isaac Jun, to take the throw in for Issaquah.
And as we're into the 31st or 32nd minute of this game, it's been a pretty quiet game so far. Besides the flurry of Eastlake chances early on, neither team's really had a true breakthrough yet, as Eastlake looked to change that by subbing on Akash Banerjee for Bruno Perversi, who hasn't had that much of an effect on the game so far this night.
Shingi to take the throw in off of the blundered pass. He's going to Akash immediately. There's now ball over to Yi. He'll send it over to Jaden Tang. Pressure from 3. He'll drop it to Freeman. Pressure from 3 again. Now Tang. He'll clear it, looking for Zia. Touches it once, touches it twice. Intercepted by 8. Now it's sent back to 18. Gets past Wang. Now 3 with it. Sends it long and high for 21. The call is offside.
And another substitution here for Issaquah. Number 22 comes off, and number 7, Isaac Rosenthal, comes on.
Isaac Rosenthal.
22, James Hudson, the one being sent off, or subbed off. As Basave looking to go very long here. Looks like Hamza was trying to get after it early, but 2 with that first touch. It'll go out of bounds, and Jaden Tang will take that throw in. He looked like he was going to go quick to Freeman, but then sort of pump faked away from it. We'll send it to Akash. Or no, that's Hamza.
And a little bit of a miscommunication there from the assistant. Signal for an Issaquah throw, but that'll be an Eastlake one. And that's a poor ball back, but Ethan Yee is smart to it as pressure comes from Issaquah. And Basave with his weak foot has to clear it. And good job by Akash to get something on that header. And
2, trying to make a couple moves.
And 9 and acres of space, but they can't find him. And now it's Alex Wang with it, controlled by Randy Zia. Hopeful ball into the middle there, and he can't find it. And then a slap shot wide of the goal.
Wide goal kick. Issaquah.
Yeah, I think on that deflected pass there from Zia, he was trying to get Alex Wang, but just didn't see that that Issaquah defender running in to get that really quickly. As the goal kick for number 1, Niven.
On for the Eagles.
17, Nicholas Games comes on for Issaquah. Keeper looking long, and he will go long. Hamza challenging 2. He'll dump it to, I believe, 12. Ball sent up in the air. Good tackle there by Yee. Now Sethi. Intercepted by 6. Now 8 with it. Looking past the defensive line. Good tackle there. Whistle blown.
That's a poor call from the ref there. I think Sebi Freeman got all ball, and number 21's getting into his face after that. I don't know what he could be saying there, considering that was a good tackle off of a good ball by Issaquah, but Issaquah free kick in a dangerous position here.
No card though, which is interesting. Usually when calls like that are made off of sliding tackles, they're usually some sort of card. Because now it looks like Eastlake preparing to make a wall out of Jaden Tang and Hamza El Matwali. Pablo Basave towards that near post.
Issaquah doesn't have much height in the box here, so if Eastlake's smart to it, someone should be able to get a clean header on that and get it out.
Yeah, that size that they had from 4 is no longer in the game. They fake from 1 and they try and pass it. Ball sent way up in the air and out of bounds. That'll be an Eastlake throw-in. It was an interesting strategy to try and pass it and then cross it off of something that you could just cross it from there.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get into a better position with maybe a free cross, but Jaden Tang very smart to it, and he just closed the Issaquah guy down immediately. Eastlake looked to break, but a mismanaged pass by Ethan Yee looking for a Akash, but that's out of bounds for an Issaquah throw.
Yeah, I don't think Akash was ready for that one. Nine looking long on the throw-in. Missed header by 7 as Shingi sends it miles into the air. He's looking for 18, and now Zia maybe with an opportunity. Ball is behind the defensive line. 12 just sort of sends it outside the box. 6 now with it. Over to, I believe, 8. Challenged by Hamza. Now it's sent over to 8. Good tackle there by Jaden Tang. Randy Zia with it. Opportunity. Eastlake no longer with the numbers. Stops, sends it to Akash. Now over to Jaden Tang. Challenged by 2. I think he's looking for Zia. Able to corral it. He wants to cross it here. Ball with an opportunity. Dhruv had a chance. And now Shingi. Challenge. He'll cross it. It's headed by Issaquah. Now it's taken by Yi. Over to Wang. Sent out of bounds by 18. And towards the stands.
Final 2 minutes will be kept on the field.
Good spell of possession there by Eastlake in the attacking half, and also a smart play there by Randy Zia not to go for that ball because he's in an offsides position. And now Shingi with a throw in deep in Issaquah territory.
I think if it was any farther downfield, it would have been a corner. I think it just barely tapped the corner flag as it was going out of bounds. As we are in the 39th minute, so halftime is looming. Shingi just sort of standing there. He'll step back to get a bit of a run up. Then he'll dump it short for Zia. Ball sent out of bounds by 9. That'll be another Eastlake throw in for Shingi. A bit of a better situation for him.
Still, no one really open there for Eastlake. All of the Issaquah guys staying tight to their men, and you'll have to play it in the box long. Keeper hesitating and flipped out by an Issaquah player.
Is now Akash. Taps it over to Ethan Yee, who sends it out of bounds. And that's an interesting call. I thought it was out of bounds on Yee, but we'll take it. Shingi sends it to Dhruv, then back to Shingi, back to Dhruv, back to Shingi.
And I guess Issaquah gets a bit of payback there, even though I don't think that ball was fully out. I think they deserve to have that ball in the first place, so Issaquah throw. And again,
9 hesitating a little bit.
Not really anyone open on the field, as it'll go long, and Dhruv Vadanam controls, but it's out of bounds.
Unfortunate touch there. They'll go quickly here with it. Very physical between Hargis and number 7. Hargis wins it. He'll send it long. Looking to get something going for Zia, or maybe just get it out of there. As keeper will send it over towards 12. He'll send it low.
Additional 1 minute to the half.
Additional minute added to the end of the half is Eastlake with a throw in during stoppage time. He'll send it long, headed by 3. Ethan Yee with it now. Back to Hamza. Stutters. Then a deflection. 18 with it now. 6. Towards midfield. Across midfield. To 8. Great interception there by Tang. Hamza with it now. With a lot of room. Now over to Akash. Falls over. Ball is on his back. Whistle is blown.
Free kick to the Wolves.
Eastlake gets a free kick just outside the box. Only about 12 yards away from that 18-yard box.
This will be a tricky free kick to go about because it's really centered, so you can't really hit any runners at either post, but it's also really far out for a shot. But you never know. Dhruv Vadanam might be feeling lucky today and take a crack at it. And by the setup of all the Eastlake players that look and the wall, looks like he'll try and shoot here. Here we go. And it's a low shot. Good save by the keeper as Dhruv Vadanam looking to go for that bottom corner.
Corner kick, Eastlake.
That shot looked to be on target there. A great diving save by number 1, Oliver Nyben. And now Eastlake with a corner opportunity. Another set piece. As the clock winding down, this could very well be the final touch of the game. Or of the half. Whoops. This one sent over the goal as Alex Wang mismanages it, and the half is over. After 40 plus 1 minutes of play, the score 0-0.
That'll do it for the first half at Eastlake.
And as 10
0-0.
minutes of halftime start, we will step aside. All right, the second half is about to begin. Notable entrances for the Wolves include Adam Thorpe returning off of his yellow card. Mason Elmatwali coming in. And I don't think I see EPM anywhere, as Avadanam sends it to Thorpe. Pressure from 7, he'll send it over. I think he was looking for Zia, but it's intercepted by 12. Now he's challenged by Perversi. Now 21, over to 2. Challenged by Wang. Now 6 with it, sends it back to the keeper. Hamza sprinting up towards the keeper, trying to deflect it in any way. Header there by Lucas Halder. Perversi over to Druve. 2-on-1, tries to get it back to Perversi. Now 22 to 21, challenged by Halder, who keeps possession, sends it to Yi, sends it up to Alex Wang, pressure from 2. Wang looking for Zia to recover. Ball goes out of bounds, Eastlake throw in. Lucas Halder to take it.
Defending by Lucas Halder, throw in for the Wolves.
I'm guessing he'll be looking to send this one into the box. Yeah, drying off the ball there. Doesn't really have any options short except for Randy Zia, who's heavily marked in. Here it goes into the box. Good control by Alex Wang, but kind of sliced out of there by Issaquah. Now Halder to take another throw-in.
Only the worst chest trapping team in the league.
He'll go quick to Zia. He tries to get it in towards Perversi. It's deflected. Ball goes out of bounds. Halder to take another one. Wang was thinking about taking it himself, but instead Halder sends it. It's headed by 2, and then Ethan Yi will just send it out of bounds for a goal kick. As we enter the 44th minute. The 43rd minute. Whoops. Ball sent long. As now it's towards midfield. Mason Elmatwali challenging 9, and now it's back to 8. Mason deflects it, 3 recovers. Hamza tried to get it, and now it's back on Issaquah's side of the field. Randy Zia pressuring. Now Alex Wang flying in. It might have scraped off of his back there. 2 mismanages a touch. Halder still with it. He'll send it. It's taken by 21 and then cleared by Adam Thorpe. He's looking for Hamza. It's headed. 8. Now Mason. Getting past one man. Stops. Very physical. Mason Elmatwali still making moves. The freshman, Randy Zia, tried to take a shot.
Shot high over the bar.
Well high.
Tip of the captain, Mason Elmatwali for the run. Goal kick.
Mason Elmatwali was doing so well there on that dribble. Sends it to Zia, and then he just didn't really have many options but to shoot it. A little bit high there. Goal kick for the Eagles.
Yeah, even though Mason's a pretty small player, he was just holding off that Issaquah player and just showing what he can do on the ball. I mean, I don't think that many players expect him to be that good of a ball handler as a left back, but he's one of Eastlake's more dangerous dribblers out there when you give him space.
Ball sent long by the keeper. Ethan Yi looking to head it. Both players miss. Now Freeman with it. Gets it to Wang, but then it's touched by 2 first. Wang slips. I think he wanted a foul there. 22 up towards 7. Halder challenging, runs into a man. No call is made. He'll clear it. Whistle's blown now. Offside the call.
And earlier on that play by Alex Wang, I think he just slipped there. He has to play till the whistle. Ball was right there, and instead of going after, he just kind of put up his hands complaining to the ref. You've always got to keep going after that ball, even if you think you're fouled. It's not going to do your team any good just to stand around and wait for a call.
As now Basave, he'll send it very long. Ethan Yee heads it skids off the face of 6. As now Wang with it, challenged. One touch, he tries to recover it, but 2 boxing him out too well. Whistle blows.
I think he ran a bit too far up the pitch for the referee's liking, almost 15 yards there up the field.
That did seem a little bit far. He'll launch it, pretty much no spin on the ball. He's going towards 8, and a great defensive play there by Dhruv Avadanam. That'll be another Eagles throw-in. And he's like forcing Issaquah to run all the way out to the very edge of that track to get the ball. Tire them out as much as possible here in the 47th minute.
And it's number 2 with the throw-in.
He'll
He's
send it
in the
long.
box and easily claimed there by Basave off of the header from 7.
As now Basave punts it towards midfield, is touched by 6. Now Avadanam falls over. He wanted a foul, but 3, no call. Moving downfield, a slide tackle once again, and a free kick is called in behalf of the Issaquah Eagles.
Looks like Perversi strongly thought he got the ball there, but referee gave the free kick there. Never going to change their mind since they've awarded it unless their assistant sees something else. And it'll be an Issaquah free kick in a relatively dangerous position with just 1 in the wall. Looks like Hamza Al-Matwali out there on the wall.
10 yards away from the box. Looks like 21, Enzo Kolesnikov to take it. He'll try and send it towards the goal, but Basave with a great punch out there as 2 Issaquah players fall down simultaneously. Now Eastlake with a chance for a break, trying to get something going, but a great tackle there by 8. Perversi trying to corral it. He'll pass it, but then intercepted. Movement being made. Wang intercepts. Challenging 2, falls down. Now over to 7, and a great defensive play there by Adam Thorpe. He's trying to send it to Randy Zia, who gets there first. Randy Zia tripped up, no call. He'll want to cross it. No more numbers game for the Wolves. Whistle blows.
And good call by the assistant there to realize
Foul
that the
call by
advantage
Issaquah.
was
Free kick for the
over,
Wolves.
bringing it back for that earlier foul on Randy. And that'll be a really dangerous position there for Eastlake, looking to whip it in around the 6-yard box. Hopefully one of our guys can get a head on it.
Yeah, just outside the actual box, but level in terms of north and south. 2-man wall here. Vardanum looking for a cross in. Nobody's there. Ball will roll out of bounds. And 12, Eli Kim will take the throw in. Never mind, 9, Isaac Jun will take the throw in.
Wasted opportunity there from Eastlake on that free kick. I mean, that ball is just begging to have one of our guys get a foot on it, but no one could.
Halder's hurt a little bit.
Looks like Halder might be hurt a little bit on the near side, just across midfield. He seems to be favoring one leg over the other. We'll see if head coach David Starkovich chooses to make any subs.
Maybe a good idea for him to signal to the bench if he's hurting a little bit, just because he's a valuable player out there, and we don't want him to get injured for a longer period of time than something that could be avoided if he got subbed out for the rest of the game.
Good defensive move there by Sebi Freeman. Sends it out of bounds for another Issaquah throw-in. 6 with a touch. Challenged by Al-Matwali. Throw-in awarded to the Wolves. Looking to make quick work of it. Never mind. He'll send it, and it's immediately intercepted. Numbers game for the Eagles here. Man falls over after trying to win a challenge against Sebi Freeman. Ball goes out of bounds. That'll be an Issaquah corner kick. And I believe that's their first one of the game.
Yeah, Eastlake's done well on that touchline and not allowed that many corners or fouls. And yeah, Issaquah hasn't had that much luck with their crossing tonight, but here we go from a corner. Very dangerous opportunity with 6 men in the box from Issaquah. And here comes the ball. Runners going everywhere. And Basave punched out. No one can get ahead on it. It's back out to the corner kick taker, who tries to play another one in there. 12 with the header, easily claimed by Pablo Basave. And now we'll look to punt it long, looking for Randy. Ball bounces a little bit.
Zia able to corral it. Gets past one man, does not get past another. There's now an opportunity for Issaquah. They don't have numbers, but they have speed. 21, challenged by Halder. Halder with that upset foot. He'll cross it. A header! Just wide. Basave dove for it. Goal kick awarded.
Eagles header just wide by 22, James Hudson. Goal kick, Eastlake.
If they were on target, that would have been punched wide by Basave.
Good chance, though, by Issaquah. They've been looking pretty threatening early on in this second half.
Freeman challenged by 7. He'll send it long as Hamza slips and falls. Then another man slips and falls. Mason with it now. He'll send it for Zia. Mismanaged touch off the start. Crossed over. Now 7. Challenged by Halder. Avodanum takes care of it, then falls. Then another man falls. Thorpe whistle blows.
I think that's a good call by the referee there. Ethan Yee went in a bit too hard, didn't get any of the ball there, and he's arguing his case out there, but good call by the referee. And now Issaquah within shooting distance of the goal here, a very similar position to what Drew Vavadanam had in the first half.
Pretty much the exact same spot, just a little bit further to the left.
They'll be definitely looking to shoot here, and Eastlake, Basave setting up his wall for that with 4 men in it. Couple of runners either side of the ball, but this one will definitely be looking to go on goal.
He stutters a little bit. 6 takes it. Basave with a great diving catch.
Evan Rudolph with a shot on goal. Pablo with a diving save.
Well claimed there by Pablo. He very easily could have spilled that or just pushed it wide, but really strong hands there with the wet ball, and he caught it. And now Eastlake keep possession, but no one can get on that deep punt. And
2 with the interception. Halder able to send it a little bit wide. 22 seems to slip on the ball. 3 sends it back to 22, who misses it. Now it's R22. Freeman challenged by everyone. Ball goes out of bounds, and that'll be an Eastlake throw-in.
Eastlake getting beat right now to a lot of these loose balls in the middle of the field. Issaquah seems to have a lot more drive right now.
Mason El-Matwali to take the throw-in. Yeah, it definitely does seem like Issaquah they have that little bit more energy, that little bit more want of that ball as Hamza sends it over. I think he was looking for Perversi. As 9 with it. Now it's over to 22 as Freeman sends it out of bounds for an Issaquah throw-in.
One thing that could be the cause of that is that, well, Issaquah has been subbing pretty freely, especially in the first half. Coach Starkovich hasn't made that many substitutions, especially on defense. Eastlake's defensive line has remained very constant except for a few major changes. So some players may be getting tired out there and not being able to get onto the ends of those balls.
There's now a very high throw-in is taken, headed by Thorpe. Touched ball is just laying there. 6 with an opportunity. He crosses it, and a great play there by Freeman to just get it out of the box. A fight for it at the middle of the field. Hamza fighting with 2. He'll pass it to 22. Mason. A shot, and then it's taken by Basave.
James Hudson with the shot. Pablo with the save.
Another comfortable save there from Basave, but Eastlake they haven't had any offense so far this half. And looking to get something started here, but again, Issaquah controls that 50-50 ball. And it's number 3, and he gets tripped up there, and that'll be a free kick. And number 6 having a couple of strong words with the ref there, and definitely getting a caution there from the referee that if he hears any more lip from number 6, he'll card him.
Yeah, I definitely heard from their keeper talking to him. I heard multiple times him say, "Evan, shut up."
Definitely doesn't want one of his players getting a needless yellow card like that, as Issaquah still has the free kick here. And looking to loft it into the box, I think that's number 3 out there. Good looking free kick deep into the box, and Eastlake heads it away. Good defense there.
Adam Thorpe with the clearance. Throw in for the Eagles.
Now Issaquah gets a throw in. And subs happen for the Wolves. Elijah Marrero comes on for Hamza El Matwali.
And number 2 looking for a bit of a long throw here. Hoisted in the box and missed header there. And that one is well over the bar. Basave with a little bit of trolling there as he jumps with a shot that is well over the bar.
Not quite a field goal. It dropped just before that football crossbar, but well after the soccer crossbar, as Thorpe will send it well long. Header by Ethan Yee. As the ball gets sent over to the keeper, will send it long himself. Now a fight for the first touch as Freeman sends it to Halder. Mismanages the chest touch. As now 22 slips over the ball. An unfortunate circumstance for the Eagles. Druve will send it long, looking for Randy Zia. Touches it once, twice. Keeps it across midfield. Fighting with 2, shoulder to shoulder. Ball gets out. And a great tackle from 2. Issaquah has the numbers game. Not anymore, but they're looking for a cross here, and a great deflection from Sebi Freeman. Under pressure is Marrero, who sends it to Druve. Looking to send it towards Zia, stumbles a little bit. Gets tackled by 12. 21 now. Back to 2. Pressure from Perversi. Back to 18, pressure from Zia. 18 looking for somewhere to go. He'll just clear it as long as he can. Good header by Freeman. He tries to get another slide tackle going. Perversi, great moves there to avoid the tackle from 6. He'll send it over to Lucas Halder. 1-on-1 with 2, a good sliding tackle. Ball goes out of bounds. And they call it for the Eagles. And it looks like subs coming on. Number 7, Isaac Rosenthal coming off. And I believe that's number 4, James Black coming on. Now Black came off following a bit of an injury after an Adam Thorpe yellow card, or an Adam Thorpe slide tackle that resulted in a yellow card, as instantly that matchup gets heated. A push-off from 4 leads to an Eastlake free kick. That is a matchup that was really meant to be brewing all game, but then 4 sat out most of the first half. As now Adam Thorpe mismanages the touch there. He's not a forward, he's a defender. There's now 2 to take the throw in. He'll just dump it short for 12. Zia pressuring. Ball sent long, headed by 4, jumped into by Freeman. 4 trying to make moves, challenged by Yee. Gets past him, now challenged by EPM. Moves being made, one-on-one, 21 with an opportunity, and a great save there by Ethan Yee to just get that
Goal kick.
out of there, and it bounces off of 21 to give Basave that goal kick.
Yeah, Eastlake's had a lot of really good stalling defense tonight. Even if one man's beat, he does enough to make sure the Issaquah player can't get by him immediately and just lets everyone reshape a little bit and gives enough time for another man to get over there and immediately put pressure.
So now Perversi sends it over to Freeman, who sends it to Basave, and he'll send it well long towards midfield. It's headed by an Issaquah player. Ethan Yee trying to corral it. Misses the touch and then gets kicked in the chest.
I think that has to be a yellow card there. That was just a flying high boot there and well-deserved yellow card there. That had arguments for red for dangerous play, but I think a yellow card's an appropriate call there.
Enzo Kolesnikov, the one receiving the yellow, as looking to see the number of the man coming on. Looks...
No one for the Wolves, 21, Landon Levengood.
22 also coming on for Issaquah.
17 is the one subbing for 21 on Issaquah. Nicholas Gaines coming on. Shingi Marangwanda on for the Wolves as well. Free kick taken by Thorpe, high and long. Header there. Now Perversi with it. Making a couple moves, making men miss. Now it's Yee. Back to Avadanum. Looking for Wang. Now 3 with a bit of an opportunity. Halder sprinting in. 3 still with it, dumps it at 22. Then tried to cross it for 17, it looked like, but Shingi able to take care of it. Ethan Yee now dumps it back to Basave. 1 touch, sends it long. Almost hit 4 there. Header as a man runs into his teammate and falls down. Bruno Perversi with an opportunity now. Just a little bit too long of a touch there. Recovered by EPM, but then tackled. He'll be able to recover it as well. Perversi sends it back to EPM. Man falls over. Then he gets tackled by 17. Ball gets sent out of bounds for an Issaquah throw-in.
Couple of good looks there by Eastlake on offense, but just their touches have been pretty sloppy tonight, and they couldn't make anything of the couple times they had the ball there. But now, Drew Vadanam on the ball, back to Perversi, and Eastlake slowing it down a bit, but there's a ball in behind looking for Alex Wang. Back down to Drew.
Pressure there. Slows things down to a stop. And it's called an Eastlake throw-in. Halder to take it as we get towards the 65th minute. He'll send it long and high, headed there, and then cleared by 22. Rolling out of bounds. Looks like Adam Thorpe to just take it quickly. No, he'll leave it for Halder. Halder advanced that pretty far from the actual spot. Drew being held. Surprise! There's the call.
Good.
And number 8, Jacob Tam, very confused, even though he was being very affectionate with Drew Vavadanam there.
Great strength there by Drew, just to hold his guy off, and knew that when he got into that situation, if he could hold his man off, it would be a foul. And now looking to put it in the box here.
This one about 25 yards from the box. He'll send it up for a header. It's headed and bounces off of an eagle as well. Just a nice easy catch there for the keeper, who will send it well long. He's looking for 4, but a header there by Ethan Yee goes out of bounds. Keeps the break from developing. As we enter the 66th minute.
Honestly, neither team has really looked like scoring tonight. It's been a game where the ball's been in the midfield a lot. Not that many threatening opportunities from either team. Issaquah looking to change that, though, as they get another corner on the night.
Their second of the night, and you're right, it's been a very, very defensive game. I mean, you look at the shot count, they are equal on shots and almost equal on shots on target.
Enzo Kolesnikov back on free.
8 shots apiece, 3 on target for Eastlake, 4 for Issaquah.
And even though those are shots on target, only 1 or 2 of those have been really threatening for either of the keepers.
Shingy, the near post man. Ball sent kind of low and then up in the air. Then out of bounds. Looks like that'll be an Eastlake free kick, goal kick for Basave.
4 is looking to do an off the ground and up header, but just didn't have an angle there. And
He'll send it short for Halder. Now Bruno sends it back to Halder and then out of bounds. Off the back of 3. Halder making quick work of this one. Headed to Perversi. Looks like they were trying to get it to Wang, as Perversi with a great tackle. Alex Wang gets tackled though, as now Drew with it. He'll send it over towards Shingy, who gets slide tackled. It's called as an Eastlake throw-in, and I think that's a good no call on, as of fouls go.
Yeah, great tackle there by the Issaquah player. I mean, Shingy doesn't lose that many tackles, but that was just really top-class tackle there.
As now Issaquah gets the throw in here. Looking for 22. Is now up in the air. Avadanam tried to get it. Perversi tried to get it. A chest touch there by Halder. Up in the air, headed by 3. 22. Now back to 6. Looking long. Freeman with a touch up. Halder just sort of slaps at it. As now Levingood trying to challenge. 6 has it now. And it's over back to 6. 2. Challenge by Wang. Freeman just with an easy tap up. EPM with it now.
Great control there, and now Drew with the ball under pressure. And could have released Shingy there, but chose to hold it. Now it's to Shingy by the way of Ethan Yee, and that'll be an Eastlake throw-in. And substitutions coming from the Eastlake bench. Hamza El-Matwali coming on for Alex Wang.
Eastlake definitely in score now mode. They want to score before regulation ends. Yee heads it. I think he was looking for EPM. Ball goes out of bounds off of an Issaquah player. Shingy will take another throw-in. High this time, headed by Issaquah. As Sebi Freeman able to send it back across midfield. Ball goes out of bounds as Shingy, there's a reason he plays soccer, fails to catch it. Oh, looks like that might have slipped a little bit. It's a wet ball. Ball sent up in a clearance. Header there by Perversi. Up and over a man. Hamza plays wingman there for Perversi, making a couple moves. He'll send it back over towards Adam Thorpe. 1 touch, 2 touches, plays it long. Header there as Hamza, 11 good, playing some juggle there. An opportunity, and then the keeper just slides down for the save. If that defender wasn't there, Hamza would have been in prime position to score.
Absolutely, but good strength from that defender to hold off Hamza. Now Issaquah controls the ball in midfield. There's 4 with the touch, plays it out wide. Issaquah runners going forward. It's out wide, looking for a cross, but Shingy does a great job of just standing him up, and that'll be an Eastlake goal kick.
Looks like Basave is going short here. He'll dump it to Thorpe, who's under pressure from four, kind of. Now really under pressure. He'll send it long and get body checked. Whistle is blown and a free kick called in favor of the Wolves.
That's a revenge tackle.
Definitely seemed like a revenge tackle there. For probably fairly salty about that Brexit from early in the game. And it looks like he's definitely talking about that to Thorpe, lifting up his leg, kind of showing Thorpe what he did. As now Basave to take it. He'll send it very long. Yee misses it. Freeman. Now Shingy. With 6 pressuring. Tries to get past him. Gets body checked.
Oh, that's a card.
Whistle is blown. Foul is issued.
Looks like number 9 just stood in the way of Shingy, didn't let him get by, and that's another Issaquah card, their 3rd of the night.
3rd card of the night, but only the 2nd for players, which is an interesting thing I thought I'd never say. I didn't even think it was possible for a coach to get a card.
Coaches actually get red cards a solid amount of the time. Late in the game when emotions are heated, they just start yelling at the ref, and it's not that uncommon.
14, Brendan Reef in for the carded player. Up in the air, an opportunity for the Wolves, but then it's touched by an Eagle. Great touch there by Avadanum, who will send it deep into the box. I think he was looking for Thorpe, but he probably would have been offsides anyways.
Eastlake has to get back here and be careful that they're not caught out on the break, but here's Perversi looking for Thorpe on the wing. Back to Perversi, lofts one in, EPM touches, trying to get a shot, and good defense there by Issaquah to stand him up.
21 looks long, but Freeman there with a touch to Avadanum. Pressure from 22. Over to Yee, still pressure from 22. Yee running down the field, 22 matching him stride for stride, up in the air. 12 heads it, Avadanum heads it, Yee with it now. 2-on-1, falls over, whistle blows. Free kick 5 yards outside the box in very dangerous territory.
Drew could think about taking a shot from this one. I mean, it looks far from up here, but it's for an experienced free kick taker like him. It's not out of the question here to take a shot, even though he'll probably just play it into the box, or we've got a lot higher chance of getting someone's head on it.
It's also very dangerous, especially because you could both take a shot, and if it's slightly off target, a player could run in and head it. But instead, he plays it low. The keeper unable to corral it properly, as 3 just takes a slice at it. 17 gets it back to 3, who sends it up in the air, headed by Perversi. EPM touches it just outside the box. Now Halder looking for EPM, mismanaged pass there and sent out of bounds for an Eastlake throw-in.
Issaquah's defense starting to panic a little bit here under the pressure from Eastlake. They've just got a lot of people upfield all the
crossing.
time.
Thorpe tips it a little bit, now 4 with it, challenged by Yee. For James Black, tackled. 22 misses it. Perversi with an opportunity, dodges the slide tackle. moving, overpasses it for Levingood. He's looking to cross it. The shot and the save.
Perversi with the rocket.
Bruno Perversi was looking top bins. Oliver Nibin with a great reaction time. That is very dangerous as subs come on for the Eagles. 17 Nicholas Gaines goes off. Trying to see the number. It's probably the man who got carded just a little bit ago. Hasn't shown his number yet.
Here we go.
There we go, number 2.
Drew Vadonom taking the corner. He plays it in. It's a good ball, but no one there at the back post as it's cleared by Issaquah right to Ethan Yee, who's gonna good ball back out to Drew. Now Drew looking to cross it again. Doesn't move. Gets around one man. Plays it into the box and
No one was there.
The back post.
People are saying it was off the bar.
Crossed by Drew off the bar. Throw in Issaquah.
That was a very dangerous couple of series there for Eastlake as EPM getting a talking to from the referee.
Yeah, Eastlake, they haven't really had anything over the last 60 or so minutes, to be honest, but recently they've just been turning up the pressure, constantly having a lot of attacking players upfield. Even Adam Thorpe, I've noticed, has been just kind of hanging around that box well after a set piece has happened.
As now we enter the 87th minute.
And it looks like we've got a player struggling for Issaquah a little bit. Number
77, sorry.
Number 2 maybe has a little nosebleed here, and our trainer's over there to look at him. And he'll come off the field, and a substitute will come on for Issaquah in place of him. It looks like that is...
Can't really see his number quite yet. He hasn't presented it to us up in the booth. That is 14.
Number 2 off for Issaquah, Eddie Rudolph.
Brendan Reef.
Now on Brendan Reef.
Now Issaquah with a throw in deep in their own half. Eastlake players just surrounding the ball right now. No one really deep for Eastlake. They're playing a really high line here, trying to get a goal before the end of regulation, as Issaquah just gets a throw in farther down the field.
I think he threw it directly at EPM so that it would bounce off of him out of bounds.
Definitely.
As they play it quickly and then long. Header there by Thorpe. Goes back across midfield, and now Issaquah with a bit of an opportunity. 4 sends it over and then across, looking for 21 in open space, but he misses the touch. 21 had an opportunity, and now Holder. I thought I heard a whistle, but never mind. 12 will send it long. That's got to be offsides from 4, and that is the call. Yeah, that looked very, very clear offsides. He was about 5 yards past any Eastlake defender.
It definitely seemed like that by the way all the Eastlake defenders reacted. No one was really moving towards the ball, and I don't know about you, but I got really concerned at first when I saw no Eastlake players moving towards that, but offsides. And now Basave looking to clear it deep. Hopefully Eastlake will be able to get a winner here just before end of regulation.
The yellow card has been issued to number
4 has been given a yellow card. Number 4, James Black, who missed most of the first half due to an injury. He's been sent off. He has to be off for at least 2 minutes, and that's how much time is left before stoppage.
Rosenthal on for Issaquah.
7, Isaac Rosenthal on as Basave to take the free kick. He'll send it high and long. Eastlake with as good an opportunity as ever. Ethan Yee with it now. He'll send it up. EPM. Trying to get past some Issaquah players. Wolves throw in. Shingi to take it.
Barely any time left in this game now. Eastlake pressing forward. And now it's to EPM. Gets their 2. And now here goes Issaquah on the break. They've got numbers going forward. Great job by Ethan Yee to stand his man up, and Sebastian Freeman, great tackle out of bounds as Eastlake now allowed to reset.
Sebi Freeman has been all over the field here tonight.
His best game, for sure.
Definitely one of those when in doubt, kick it out plays to reset your defense. As now 4 back in the game.
Back in.
I think it's just for a stoppage. It's not a prescribed amount of time.
Oh, I thought the players had to be out for at least 2 minutes, but I guess it's until a stoppage or an opportunity to sub. So 4 is just immediately back on the field as Eastlake has a throw-in.
You can tell that he's definitely a key player out there for Issaquah, just like how much they're feeding him the ball and the fact that they didn't want him to sit out for any time at all.
As now Shingi taking his time a little bit. Whistle blows, allowing him to actually throw it in now. He'll send it high and long. He's looking for Levengood. Sends it over, and now to Hamza. Gets past one man. Hamza Matwari with an opportunity. Sends it. The shot just wide for Bruno Perversi.
Shot just wide for Eastlake.
Oh, that is devastating. Hamza had an opportunity. Stops it, dumps it. And then Bruno just barely misses. 2 minutes of stoppage time. It is 0-0.
I think that was the best opportunity of the night from either team. Bruno Perversi had a shot unmarked 12 yards out, and you just couldn't put it on target there.
Good trap there from Halder. 12 with a chest touch. Challenged by Hamza. He'll get it over to 6, who dumps it off to number 8 or 9. Now Shingi challenging.
We got numbers on the weak side.
Sends it over, and now Perversi touches it. Avoids a slide tackle. 8. Bruno falls over. Now Ethan Yee with a great tackle there. Avoids a slide. Then another slide. Ball stays in bounds, surprisingly. They feed it over to 6. To 21. Challenged by Halder. Hand fighting. The cross. Intercepted by Thorpe. Sends it over. Ball played off of 2 into 6's hands. The cross touched by Yee. Over to EPM. 1 touch. Over to Perversi, who sends it long for pretty much nobody. Ball goes out of bounds. And that is the end of regulation. We are going to overtime for the second game in a row.
5-minute periods.
2 5-minute periods will take place. Golden goal. Whoever scores first wins the game. And, well, for a game that was kind of slow most of the time, it really seemed to pick up towards the end there.
Absolutely. That's definitely just what happens in soccer as players just get tired, more spaces open up in the defense, and it just allows so much more room for the attackers to get at the ball. We will take a quick break and rejoin with you at the start of overtime.
Both teams getting hyped here for this overtime period to start. The first of two. Golden goal. If anyone scores, that's the game. Both keepers wearing number 1, jogging out to their respective goals. Basave slides his bottle, claps it up. And we'll see who takes the opening kickoff. Looks like it'll be Eastlake after winning the coin toss. Landon Levengood with the first touch. Sends it back over to Avadanum. EPM trying to do it immediately, trying to maybe score in the first minute of overtime. As now the keeper slowing things down, he'll send it way long, almost to the other box. Touch there, sent well up in the air. Wide right. Bills fans should be well used to hearing that.
Yeah.
But it's the other kind of football that we're talking about.
I think that was a shot, but that's just like not the time and place to take a shot right there. A needless giveaway of possession there from Issaquah. But they do have it back. A big scrum down there by the Eastlake bench as Ethan Yee takes control of it. Looking to play it slow, Sebastian Freeman out to Drew. And now
Perversi.
very calm and collected from Eastlake here as Hamza takes it out to Landon. Eastlake looking to break here, and a good tackle by Issaquah, but it's right back to Sebi Freeman. Lofted over, looking for Hamza. That's controlled by Perversi. Out to EPM, one-on-one with his man. It's in the box, and Issaquah heads it out.
22 with it now. Over to 21, mismanages the touch again. Seems like that's kind of a problem for him. 22, sends it out of bounds. Is a lot of tensions flare, physicality exerted. No call is made. It looks like Halder to take the throw-in quickly. Headed there. Hamza with great control. And it's called as a free kick there.
Hamza Elementali with a good battle. Free kick, Eastlake.
Great show of strength there by Hamza. Again, he looks to be favoring his left leg a little bit, but still just very physical so far early in this game with those two huge battles down that right-hand side. And now Drew looking to play the ball into the box where it could be the winning goal.
Looks like sort of a one-man wall here. That's for James Black, who received a card after, I believe, mouthing off.
And it will be pretty hard to get it over him, but doesn't really make an effort on the ball. Kind of just a floater, no one there from Eastlake to get on it, but headed out of bounds by Issaquah, and that'll be an Eastlake throw on the left-hand touchline.
Looks like Ethan Yee to take it. 2 minutes remain in the first overtime period.
Eastlake are just going to have to go all out here if they want to win this game. And with their current standings, if they want to make a bid at the state title this year, they really do have to go all out now for these wins. As now, EPM fighting for it, and it's upfield to number 4, who controls it, fighting with Sebi Freeman, and a little bit of a mismanaged pass as this right back just heaves it deep into Basave's hands as he plays it short to Adam Thorpe. Eastlake looking to play out of the back here with real intensity. Thorpe heaves it long. A lot of red shirts down there. Perversi heads it on, and he heads it on again. EPM fights off one and cleared there by Issaquah. That'll be an Eastlake corner.
Corner kick for the Wolves.
That was a great defensive play there by 18 PK Kumar. Just noticing that, hey, if I don't get this, this is a goal 9 times out of 10, because you're letting EPM and Hamza alone with the keeper. Very hard to win that, even for the best of keepers.
Absolutely, and Eastlake just all the momentum so far in this first period of extra time. Definitely looking the more likely to score as Drew takes a short corner. Perversi.
Wide right this time. Keeper looking to play this pretty quickly. As time's about to expire in the first OT period. Directing traffic a little bit. He'll send it long again, very long, up towards that football 40 or 35, headed by Thorpe. Then 4 jumps on top of Avadanum. 3 slips. Halder to Thorpe, who sends it long. He's looking for Hamza. One-on-one with a defender who heads it, then clears it. Chested by Druve. A scrum with Issaquah's 8. Now Thorpe with it. Slows things down. Sends it over to EPM.
Good switch
Challenged.
play there.
Does not get it past 9 and 3. As that is the end of the first overtime period. Teams will switch sides. We'll have 5 more minutes.
Yeah, after that first period, I don't think Issaquah had the ball in Eastlake's offensive half once with real conviction. Eastlake has just had all the momentum here as Randy Zia comes on for Landon Levin. It's just been all Eastlake and hoping that they can get a goal in these last 5 minutes to play.
And also one thing that I've noticed, tension's very high here. You saw at that near sideline, you could see Druve getting hyped, Issaquah players rallying to their teammates' defense. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some more cards for mouthing off and other unsportsmanlike behaviors. As now 3 sends it over. Opportunity for a cross. Sent down. Freeman sends it well up in the air. Bounces. Thorpe heads it. Keeps it in bounds as Perversi just sort of taps it. Great tackle there. It'll go out of bounds, and that should be an Eastlake throw-in. Yes, it is. Halder to take it now.
Yep.
Looks like the clock wasn't started. As now big scrum towards that football 30. Eastlake maintains control. Druve, pressure from 22. Sent over to Ethan Yee with a lot of space around him. Pressure from 3. Looking for EPM, controls it well. Pressure from 9. Tackled, he's looking for a cross, maybe. It's touched up in the air. Opportunity, and a man falls over. He's saying no call. Great sliding tackle by Shingi. And a foul is called on him.
I think that's a good call there from the referee. Perversi just kind of looking for the foul there, kind of dove, and that was a good, smart call from the referee there.
Is now the keeper. Set to send it long, maybe even towards the box. He does have quite the cannon on him. Headed down is Hamza, sending it over maybe for Shingi, but 12 keeps him from getting there. Called as an Eastlake throw-in. Hamza trying to make quick work of this. Whistle blows. We'll see what the call is. It's a yellow to the... That's a yellow to the coach. That would be his second yellow. That would be a red for the coach.
Yellow card has been issued to one of the assistants on Issaquah.
One of the assistants, I guess. Well, didn't I call it? Tension's high. More cards being dished out. A long throw in there. As Avadanum tries to play it downfield. Push off there from 4. Opportunity for Issaquah here inside the box. Man falls over. 4 now with it. Challenged by Yee. Great tackle as lights turn off behind the field. EPM. Taken down. 6. Tries to play it into the box. Touched by Halder up into the air. Druve heads it down. 5. Halder with it now. Up in the air for Hamza. Bit of a break here. No real numbers game. Ball gets sent out of bounds for an Issaquah throw-in.
Good defense by Issaquah there off of a heavy touch from Hamza, and Issaquah plays it forward only as far as Halder. And now it's back to Ethan Yee in midfield, looking for Randy. Randy tries to touch it on, and it's just kind of going everywhere at the moment. But now Ethan Yee heads it forward. Issaquah gets their head on it first, and it's just back and forth right now. No one able to keep possession, but here comes number 4 for Issaquah on the break, and that'll be a free kick.
They make quick work of it, but that's not to their advantage as Sebi Freeman is there. As now an opportunity for Drew Vavanam and Randy Zia. Drew gets tackled. That's a great play there from Issaquah. EPM now taking a bit of a shot, a dive from the keeper. Just wide, and the whistle blows.
Final score 0-0.
And that will be the end of the game.
Fans come back on Thursday where the Wolves.
Final score 0-0. Eastlake's first draw of the year. A very hard-fought game.
Fight in the middle. Watch him.
And there's a little skirmish there between Adam Thorpe and James Black. Tensions between those two have just been flaring all game long, as now players coming over from both sides to break them up. That was a pretty anticlimactic end to what was otherwise a pretty interesting game. No team, though, really had any opportunities on the ball, and this game will end Eastlake 0, Issaquah 0.
And after all of that, the score ends 0-0. And so on behalf of everybody who made this possible, Eastlake Soccer for being here, Wolves Football for providing the streaming equipment, Jim Thatcher on the cameras, Seth Zanner next to me, I'm Ed Thatcher. See you on Thursday, Mercer Island.